everyone, welcome to my channel. You caught me preparing for my home cooking. So my home cooking videos are basically me just cooking what I would do any day of the week. It is not a specific recipe. It is basically just a breakfast usually is what I've been doing, just cooking something very simple, what I would do every day, what anybody would do every day really. And then I do a little chit-chatting with you. So today I decided to follow a recipe that I found. It's called a chocolate pecan cobbler. So here you caught me chopping up some pecans. I'm gonna tell you all the ingredients that I'm gonna use. This, like I said, these are not like recipe videos, but because I found this and I want to try it out, I want to go ahead and give you a precise recipe, and I wrote it all down. All right, so I'm going to link you to the blog where I got the recipe from, and I'll put that in the description box below. If for some reason you don't see it, or remind me in the comments, let me know, hey, where's the recipe, where's the link? So I'll go ahead and put the link in there, or I can put it in a pinned comment so it'll show up at the very top of the all the comments. Okay, so I'm also melting some butter, so let me go ahead and get that. Let me finish chopping up this and preparing a few more things, and then I'll tell you, and then of course I have some stuff to talk about. All right, so I want to start off with 2 pie crusts for this cobbler, and I saw a video first and then I went to the blog, but it doesn't really specify the size of the pie crust, so I guess it's just your standard pie crust. And these are, oh gosh, does it say the size on them? Oh, it doesn't specify. Okay, well we'll just go ahead and grab 2 pie crusts, okay? And you want to, make sure you get them out of the fridge and let them get a little softened so they can be rolled out and they don't crack on you. So that's what we're going to use is two pie crusts. We're also going to be using 2.5 cups of, in the video it said light brown sugar, but in the blog it says brown sugar, so I guess just use whatever sugar you want. So I have 2.5 cups already measured out in this bowl. I have a stick of unsalted butter. It does specify unsalted butter that I've already melted, and I'm letting it cool off because I don't want it to be hot and cook the eggs that I'm going to have to add in there, which by the way is 6 large eggs. Now I'm using extra large because that's what I happen to have. It's no big deal. Okay, and those are going to get whipped. So this is the 6th one in here. And I'm just gonna whip them up, just like that. Make sure you break them up first so that the yolk and the white is nicely blended, and then it blends in there really nicely also. We're also going to be using 2.5 cups of white corn syrup. I found the light, I didn't find anything regular, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go with that. And I'm thinking light just means clear or white. So, or maybe they said white, I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go with that. I actually wrote it down on here and it says white on my little paper. Okay, and we're gonna use 4.5 teaspoons of vanilla. Like I said, I'm gonna link the recipe so you'll be able to follow that. I have 2 cups of chopped pecans right here. I already chopped them, measured it into 2 cups, and then I'm gonna use 2 cups of halved pecans. So we don't wanna chop those up. Those are gonna go on the very top and look pretty. And then we need a bag. It just says a bag of milk chocolate chips. So I got a bag here. It's 11.5 ounce. I guess you could use whatever chocolate chips you like. If you want some dark chocolate, use those. Okay, so that's basically what I'm gonna put together here. They did use a cast iron skillet, but it looks a little bit bigger than what I have, so I'm not gonna use my cast iron skillet. And they did put it out in a smoker at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm not gonna pull out a smoker outside. I don't have one to begin with. I do have a grill. We can put it in the grill and bake it in the grill. But I'm just gonna go ahead and do it indoors. Super hot out. Just got our AC system brand new installed. So I'm nice and cool. I'm lagging one outside. Okay, I'm gonna finish whisking these eggs and we'll get started putting things together. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and butter up the dish that I'm gonna use for baking this cobbler. You can either spray it or use butter. I have half butter, so I'm gonna use that. Since you do have to get yourself butter for this, get a little extra. Make sure you have extra to do this part. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure that it's coating, because this one has like little ridges. So I want to get in there. It's not flat. So yeah, I decided to use this because my skillet doesn't look as big as the one that they use. So I'm thinking, well, I'm not concerned too much about the size or the diameter. I'm like more concerned about the depth. Like, is it going to be deep enough to do that, like what they described? And because also my pie pan is a little deeper than my skillet, you know, it's still about the same size. So I'm just wondering, I might use a little bit less of the ingredients to pour in. So you just go according to whatever size. If you have a proper size, and you can see that on the instructions that I didn't see, then grab that. Okay, I am going to go ahead and, now that I've buttered it, I'm going to get one of the pie crusts. I've already popped open one of the ends here. I keep thinking this is a pie crust. That's what I was using to chop up my pecans. I need a little knife because it does say to trim this, to just fit it at the bottom of the pan. Oops, let's put that on top. I have a nice big fan that I went and purchased while we were out of, you know, AC. And then I purchased 2 small window units, one to put in our bedroom, one to put in my mom's bedroom, so we can be cool. Okay, yeah, I can tell right away now that the pie crust that they, you know, not the pie crust, but the skillet that they used was definitely bigger than my pie pan here or my skillet down here, because when he trimmed it, he only trimmed about maybe 1/2 inch to 1 inch, and I got here like a good 2 inches. I almost don't want to trim it. I almost want to leave it in there. What happens if I just leave it in there? It becomes a pie rather than a cobbler. Oh, should I should I take it off or leave it? I kind of want to leave it, you guys. What do I do? Because it can wasting a little bit of. Let me go ahead and trim it just a little bit. Okay, what I'm gonna do is just trim it just like halfway like that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's take this off. I should, you know, roll it out and make some little cookies out of that. And I probably won't. Okay, so now that I've got that on there, just like that, let's go ahead and put it aside, and we're going to start mixing some of these ingredients. This looks a heck of a lot of sugar to me, but yeah, 2.5 cups of a light brown sugar. Okay, let's go ahead and pour the butter, the melted butter in there. And so I'm gonna scoop it. So yeah, we've been hot. So the AC went out, it was Wednesday, I believe, of last week. Or was it Thursday? Maybe it was, I don't remember, you guys, when exactly it did go out. But it was one of the, it was like in the afternoon, I was noticing the house is not, you know, it's not cool. Well, my mom and I left somewhere, we did something. And then we came back, it was Thursday. We came back and we were walking in the house, and I'm like, oh, we were so hot now. I couldn't wait to cool off after, you know, running my errand. And I went to sit down, and I was like, well, I'm never cooling down. I'm just not cooling down. And then I realized the thermostat said that it was 85 degrees in our house. So it's like, wait a minute, it's supposed to be 75, not 85. So that's when I told my husband, the house, the AC is not cooling. I think our house is starting to warm up. That night we slept with a ton of fans everywhere. You know, I went and looked for all the little fans that I had in the house, put some for my mom, for us. You know, we tried not to be opening any doors too much and let whatever coolness was in there, but it was hot regardless that night. So the next day, Friday, I went and I purchased 2 small AC units to put in each window. And my goodness, we slept so much better. I spent my whole time in the bedroom. Okay, I just remembered. I'm just remembering now that it happened on a Wednesday. It happened on a Wednesday, sure, where the AC went out, because the next day, these gentlemen, my goodness, you guys, I can't remember my story. I mean, I know my story, I just can't remember what days. Okay, we'll just say, okay, whatever happened. No, because yeah, the AC, the little ACs were, yeah, it was on a Wednesday because Thursday I went to go get the ACs. My husband installed them that night. Then the next day, Friday, these gentlemen came to chop up our tree limbs outside. Yeah, they were trimming trees outside, and I was expecting something to arrive on Monday, but it came on the Friday. So that was already Friday now, and I already had the little systems and everything, and he was being real careful out there because he didn't want to, you know, the branches that he was trying to like hit our window, maybe hit the little AC system. So anyway, I had opened the door when he arrived, and you know, and he was telling me what he was going to do, and I said, yes, everything, whatever you're going to trim. And I told him, you're also going to trim across the street and the house next door, blah, 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 blah. Yes, he said he agreed he was going to do all that, which my husband and him agreed on. So anyway, that's not even important really to the story. I just said I had gone to the tour, and when, at the same time that I saw them through the window because I was sitting in the bedroom, like I said, I was spending my time in the bedroom now because it was cool in there. I was looking out the window and I saw them arrive at another, it was a delivery for a dresser that I ordered from my mom's room. And so the guy just put it up against the wall right here. And then I saw it fall. So it fell. And I thought, oh shoot, he'd already driven off. But the gentlemen that were out there, you know, I had already talked to them, blah, 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 blah. And then I said, okay, I'm gonna go get that box. And I thought, it's probably gonna be really heavy. I shouldn't be moving it. Not only that, but I was in a lot of pain. I usually get pain on this left foot, like really badly. I had injured it some time ago, actually a couple, maybe 3 or 4 times. Something has happened to this foot specifically, so I already know it's just old injuries coming back and hurting. But it was hurting, and I was already going into like 2 weeks. So my husband said, okay, I'm gonna make you an appointment at the doctor's, and we're gonna go take care, you know, we're gonna see about that. Okay, so my appointment was for I think the Monday or the Tuesday of this week. It wasn't this week, it was oh my gosh, you guys, I'm lost of the days. When was my appointment? When did all this happen? I don't know now. I'm lost. This must have happened on Tuesday then. I'm so lost, you guys, because I did have an appointment, and what is today? Today is Tuesday, isn't it? And I had my appointment on Thursday, so then that happened to Friday. Yeah, we did have like a long time without any AC, now that I think about it. Okay, you guys, this wasn't this past Thursday, it was Thursday before that. So then I had an appointment on this Thursday, or Friday, whatever. Yeah, it was on Friday at 2 o'clock. Yeah, I remember now. So what I'm telling you actually happened the weekend before, or the start of the week, something like that. Please, I'm so sorry. I am so lost in the days. Today is Tuesday, I believe, yes. Oh, my phone's up there recording everything. Okay. So anyway, let's continue because anyway, like I said, the timeline, I guess the days don't really matter when it actually happened. It's just these things happened. So anyway, the package, the box. I went out there to grab the box, and it was super heavy. But I managed to get it in the doorway, and then I leaned it up against the wall, like long ways like this. It was lying like that, and at first it was standing upward outside against the wall, but then it was lying on the floor. And then it was long like this where I got it on the wall. But then I couldn't close the door because the bottom of the box was in the way. And I leaned it like that, so it was like right at the edge. So I was like, oh, I have to move it further along the wall, at least for the door to have clearance. But I had a frame of pictures, which I should have just taken off, but no. I wanted to bring this forward and then slide it over. Oh, in that process of sliding it over, the box started going down. So I said, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna be putting it down like this. And it took me with it. And I fell right on my knee, and this whole arm right here, here's a bruise to show that. So my gosh, I fell, the door was wide open, and I was thinking, oh my God, did the man see me fall? He's right outside cutting branches. I don't know if he saw me or anything. I have no idea. All I know is I should have asked him, please, because it was 3 guys. My husband said I just saw 2. I should have asked him, hey, can you bring the box inside for me? Or I should have just left it out there and then my husband bring it in. But no, I wanted to do that. That was even though I was already hurt and injured and could barely walk. Okay, I want to tell you my story, but I want to move along. So, okay, so I've already got the sugar and the melted butter in here. So now we want to use the corn syrup, and we want 2.5 cups of corn syrup. Oh, should have popped all that over. Ooh, look at that. I haven't used corn syrup in a long time. I bought 2 bottles because I was like, is there even 2 cups or 2.5 cups in here? I thought it was probably 2 cups, and I was right. So I'm glad I bought the second bottle. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna get it all to squeeze out, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with the other bottle now. Because there's like a little bit in there, but it's dripping too slow, and we don't want to be slow. Because I'm already talking too much. So yeah, I hurt my knee. I bruised it. I couldn't get up. I thought I had broken my knee or my leg or something. I didn't want to scream. I didn't want my mom to hear and get. So I lay there on the floor, and I sat there. I lay there on the floor thinking, what am I going to do? I was thinking, oh my God, I dropped the box too. I probably broke something in there. Like that was my total concern over the box. And I was like sideways like this, and there was actually a table behind me, and I'm surprised nothing that I didn't hit the table, because I have this heavy crystal lamp kind of a thing on the table, and it's on a little stand, and really if you push it, it would fall. So I was thinking, I'm so glad that I didn't hit the table, because the little crystal, and it's heavy, thick glass, could have fallen, rolled down, and hit me on the head because of the position that it's at. Would have hit me right in the back of the head. Anyway, I got lucky. I just waited a little bit. I go, okay, nothing's hurting. I don't see the man out there. Did he not see me on the floor? You know, I'm over here thinking things. Maybe he thought I was just lying and looking at something. I don't know. I don't know if he even heard anything, because I didn't scream or anything. Okay, that's 2 cups right in here. At least I don't know that. I don't think I screamed. Who knows? I know I made a noise. I had to have made some noise. Wow, you guys. Okay, 2.5 cups. So let's do half a cup more. Oh my gosh. It's got a little cap where you can just pour it out, but here I would have to do it this way. Okay. Oh, I need to put my, I need to put my oven at 350, so let me do that. So yeah, I eventually just somehow figured out a way, and I stood myself up. I could have called my mom and said, hey, call my husband, tell him I fell, or my brother or somebody, come help me get up. But I thought, okay, let me see if I can get up before I involve people. And I got up, and I closed the door, and just went to go sit down in the room, and just thought about why, what have I done? And all I could think of, like, well, I do have a doctor's appointment that I'm going to have to go to look at my whole side, my hip and everything. You guys, I ended up going to the doctor's appointment, so let me just tell you what happened before this becomes too long. So to this, we're also going to add the 4.5 teaspoons of vanilla. Sorry, my birds are going yakety yak at this time. Of course, they always do. 4.5 teaspoons of vanilla. This is not actually, this is vanilla flavor, it says. So that's not the actual extract, but that's okay. Okay. How many have I done? That's 4. 1.5. So I put 5. Who cares? A little extra love don't hurt anybody. Okay, so I got the vanilla in there, and the eggs that I whisked. 6 eggs, 6 large eggs, it says. But like I said, I'm gonna put the link to the recipe so that you can just follow that. Okay. Why don't you just go ahead and type it all out in the description box for us, Trisha? We don't have to look at a link, right? If I forget to do that, remind me. So many things on my mind, you guys. And so that's why I haven't started any craft videos, because I haven't been able to plan anything. Oh my gosh, this is so much. I don't know how that's going to fit in there. Okay, so I'm supposed to, and I'm thinking about the video that I saw, and I don't remember it looking like this, but I guess it did. Where's the whisk? Oh, okay. Okay, got some egg out here, no problem. Okay, so I'm gonna use the whisk to help out as well. This is gonna take some, it looks so easy. Of course, it was a man doing it because, like I said, I saw a video first and then I went to the link in the video. So I should give them credit completely because I got the recipe from them. So that's why I'm saying I'm just gonna put the link because that's credit to them. I can't remember, it was a cowboy something channel. Okay. So yeah guys, I spent my day, my couple of weeks or whatever it's been, no AC, lots of pain since before that. I mean, I always have these pains, but they come and go. And it's usually like if the weather changes or something. So I thought, oh, it's just the weather, you know, we're going into fall, something's going on. There's a hurricane out on the coast, there's this and that, whatever. I mean, it wasn't near us, it was in Florida, but you know, sometimes I feel stuff. But no, this lasted longer, it kept going, and every night we have tons of pain and can't sleep because of the pain. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and add, so after I've mixed all this up, I'm going to fold in the chopped pecans. Some are chopped really well, some of them are just kind of, you know, roughly chopped. So try not to pay attention too much to that. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to pour half of this into this a dish. Your skillet, if you're using a skillet, if you have a nice big skillet. And I believe you can also put your skillet in the oven, so if you don't want to use a smoker or a grill. Okay, because I'm trying it out. It comes out okay in the oven, you know. And I'm glad they didn't ask me to put it at 400 degrees or something. Okay, so this will add the whole bag of chips. I'm gonna, I don't know. I have to taste them. Okay, well, they're safe to eat. Okay, you guys. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pour half of that. I don't want to pour the whole bag. A little more than half. So just pour what you want. Cover the bottom. How's that? And it's just to pour half of that, and I'm also a little bit like, I don't know. Like I feel like I want to make a separate one, but without the pie crust, I guess. No, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, we're gonna pretend that's half. I feel like it's more than half. I mean, less than half. But we need room for the other half, and we're gonna do that after a little bit of baking. So we're gonna put this aside. Okay, and now. Let's see. Let me make sure. Yep, now we're gonna put the second pie crust on there. So what's been going on with you guys? Anything exciting? Okay, so yes, I did have my doctor's appointment and I told him everything. I told him about my injuries in the past, blah, 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 blah. He got very curious about that because I told him exactly what had happened to my foot. So he goes, okay, we're gonna go ahead and give you a shot right now for the pain. So I'm pushing this downward like that on top of the other. And then you're gonna trim the second pie crust as well. And I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Because after all, it's supposed to be a cobbler, not a pie. I mean, anyway, we're supposed to trim it like that. And it doesn't say anything about making any holes for any kind of, you know, breathing or anything. Okay, so here's this part. So they gave me a shot right here. And he said, okay, we're gonna do some x-rays. We're gonna do that now here in the back. So the same area, the same clinic that I was at. They have that where they do the x-rays right there, etc. So they sent me to do that. They did my spine, because I was just talking about, you know, my arthritis that I normally, you know, always have. This is a new place that I went to because we have a new insurance. I'm gonna go where they were accepting that. So anyway, told him about all that. I told him about the sciatic pain that I have on this side, but now I'm feeling it over here. But then I was telling him, but my pain doesn't come from up here and go down. It comes from my foot upward. So that's where he was like, okay, you know. And then I told him how I had stepped out of my kitchen door to go outside. And back then we didn't have the sidewalk that's even, we just had some steps going down little blocks. And there weren't even steps, they were just bricks that we had set up. Or, you know, those large patio or pavers. And we created our own little steps. But there was like about this much of a height from the next one to the top. And I'm stepping downward, so my foot's going, you know, it's inside the house right here. It's all concrete, you know, the foundation of the house. So I'm already like, my foot's already out of the doorway, so it's concrete on the edge there. There's no, you know, little ledge from the door or anything. And so I was stepping down, but I didn't step down quite all the way. My foot wasn't clear to step all the way. It was like half into it. So I scraped behind my Achilles right here, my heel. And it was excruciating pain, you guys. I remember the pain. It was horrible. But me being the person that I am, I didn't like, oh no, I hurt myself. Somebody come help me, lift me up. No, I just went on doing what I was doing. I remember walking and being in a ton of pain and just letting it, you know, I was going to work, I believe. So I just let it go, you know. I'm in pain, so what? And I gotta measure 2 cups of, ooh, but this is so messy. I'll get a clean one. To measure 2 cups of pecan halves. I guess I could just get them out of the bag because it's also gonna depend on how much space I have on the top. We'll just do that. There's 1 cup right now. Okay, so yeah, let me put this in the oven, and it's at 350. It's ready, and it's gonna be in there for 20 minutes. Okay, you guys, so that's in the oven. We're gonna wait 20 minutes and come back, finish it off, and then it's gonna go in the oven for another 30 minutes, and then we'll see how it comes out. But I'll just finish my little story by letting you know that that pain on my foot, of course, you know, eventually, you know, I learned to live with it and whatever, and then it just goes away every so often, and it comes back depending on the weather and stuff like that. But then before we had the sidewalk done, maybe a year or two before that, I stepped out of the house again, and the same foot, same spot, same thing. You know, because I'm stepping down, but then I hit the edge of the foundation, the cement, and so I slip, and it scrapes, and you know, I'm heavy, so it's like, oh, and the pain is horrible. I'm like on the same darn foot. So yeah, he did x-rays. Guess what, you guys? My Achilles tendon has 2 ruptures on it. And then I have a big, gigantic heel spur at the bottom of my foot. So that got created from the friction and the pain and, you know, the bones and everything, all that was going on. So I have that. So right now I'm going to be going to therapy. So I have an appointment. I think it's going to be in a couple of weeks to start a therapy, see how that goes, and we'll go from there. I'm on pain stuff. You know, medication aside from what, you know, the shot that I got to deal with the pain, steroids, things like that. The steroids are like 6 days, so I just got a couple more days to do, and then we'll see what happens from there. Okay, so it is out of the oven. It's piping hot. I can see the pie crust up here on the top shrinking a little bit, so just keep that in mind. So maybe you want to, at least the top one, maybe trim it a little bit bigger so that if it does go in, it'll be all the way to the edges. I don't think that makes any difference really, because we're going to cover that. But yeah, so you don't want to fill it up all the way because we need more space for the other half. But I'm not going to put all of that because my pan is significantly smaller. So make sure you use a bigger pan to put this in. Oh my goodness, what is that? I can't tell you that if you do decide to use a rectangular one, just cut up the pie crust and, you know, fit it in into the rectangle, you know, all the parts where you might have to trim it, bring those 2 round edges over on top on the other, you know, ends to fill in the rectangle. I mean, it's not going to be a big deal because it is a cobbler. You're going to just break into it. It doesn't have to be it's not a pretty pie crust on the top. So just break it up and fit it into a rectangle if you have to, so you can get all these ingredients. Now, Like I said, I'm not gonna be, I don't think I can put all of this in there. I am gonna put a pan under it this time just in case it overflows. So let's go ahead and get this part in there. My goodness, it's so thick because of the, I was gonna say the molasses. I think because of the, what is it, the stuff, the corn syrup. Okay, I need room for the pecans that I'm gonna put on top. So see, I still have a good amount left over here. So you wanna make sure, I'm just grabbing that brown sugar that's at the bottom. I'm getting that also in there because why not, right? Okay, getting that in there. So make sure you use a pan. Okay, so I went back and I read it, and it does say a number 9 cast iron skillet. So whatever that means, I don't know what number mine is. I'm thinking that means the inches maybe. Yeah, because if I had a little bit bigger, I might be able to put that in there. Okay, so we're gonna take the halves, and then we're just gonna put them on the outside, on the top. I'm starting on the edge, and just line them like that, and then do the further in, and then do another one until you get to the very middle. Do it however you want is what I'm going to say, because maybe you don't want to take time doing this. And then this is going to go in the oven for another 30 minutes. So I know this has been kind of a long video with all my talking. I should tell you that, yeah, our AC system, because they came by to look at it, they tried fixing it, I said, no, your inside system is completely out. It needs to be replaced. The one outside is also getting ready to be replaced. And they gave us a price and everything, and we decided let's just replace everything. Got a whole new thermostat, everything. Everything's brand new. They did do that yesterday. So they were done by noon, so by the afternoon, the rest of the house was nice and cool. We didn't have to sleep with the window units. And it was nice and cold in the house because, you know, brand new system, everything clean, you know, no dust and all this stuff. So everything's super nice, and it feels fantastic. Look, you guys, I'm trying to grab the nicer pieces, but I'm just gonna go ahead and put whatever I can. And I can tell that, yeah, you do use 2 cups of chopped pecans to do this, because this is 1 cup, and of course it gets lesser, so. This is 1 cup, and this is how much I have left in here. And I'm just doing the outside right now. So my fingers feel kind of sticky from that. So I'm wondering, what do I do with this remainder, because I did throw away the pie crust that I cut up, because I thought, you know, I'm not going to do anything with it. Just get rid of it. So I don't know what to do with this. Maybe use it as an ice cream topper, but I mean, it's going to get hard. So yeah, I had to restart my camera. I can't let it record for too long, because then the videos are harder to upload to my laptop. They take longer. So I like to do the most 4 minutes, but a couple of them have been like 6 minutes, but that's okay. All right, let's start doing the second. See, I'm gonna need more. And it's not just that, but if you're trying to use all like pretty, you know, the whole half, not a half or a quarter. If you're trying to use all the pretty looking pieces, you're gonna dig in to more than you think. So make sure you get enough of these halves, a big bag. I mean, you can use the rest of them. I mean, we use them. You know, throw them in some salads or whatever you want to do with them. You know, sometimes we enjoy eating them just like that. They're safe to eat. So just do whatever you want to do with the pecans on the top. I mean, if you don't want to take the time to try to make it look, you know, pretty, because you're just gonna scoop right into it, then don't bother, right? My goodness. Well, let's see. I didn't even plan out dinner, guys. I don't know what I'm going to do. I know I can't stand here for too much longer. I am already like, oh, I don't want to take more stuff. I have to remove this pecan. Oopsies. Oh my gosh. I can already tell this is going to be delicious. These little pecans decided to take up that space there. Okay. I'll be back. Okay, last piece. Kind of crowded up in there. But there we go. Ah. It's not quite that hot anymore, but still. I don't want to tilt it. I'll just get it up closer. Of course, I will take a picture. Oh my goodness. At the end. Okay, so at the end of the video, I'm also going to put a little picture of my x-ray so you can see my foot. I'm putting it at the end, that way in case you don't like it, you don't worry about it. Just stop where I finished talking about the pie and whatever, or the cobbler. Okay, this is going to go back into the oven. Again, it's still at 350 for 30 minutes. I guess I'll kind of watch it and see if it needs a little bit more, or I don't know. But we're going to go with the 30 minutes. I'm going to put the timer. I'm going to take it out and I'm probably going to let it rest. I think it said 15 minutes before you dig into it because it's going to be really hot. I can't stop eating those pecans and I need to stop. I need to figure out what dinner's going to be, but I think I'm just going to go or get something, drive out or get my husband to get something because I can't stand any longer, you guys. So, but I hope that you appreciate this little presentation that I'm doing for you. I really wanted to do it. It's, don't think that, oh, I'm being forced to do a video. I really wanted to do it, and I thought, oh, this is going to be great because I really wanted to taste this pie. So it's just a little treat for us. Okay, so I'll be back with the pie. And the chocolate pecan cobbler is out of the oven. I am going to let it rest for 15 minutes and let it cool off because I'm sure it is super hot. It smells delicious in here. We gotta have some dinner first, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cut into this. I think I have some ice cream. Actually, I think I have butter pecan, or maybe I have some vanilla ice cream. I'm not really sure, but if I still do have some, because my husband and my mom go through that really quick, I'm gonna go ahead and top it with that. If not, I'm just gonna try it out without it. I think it's gonna be yummy either way. I love pecan pie. I love chocolate, so I'm pretty sure this chocolate pecan cobbler is going to be delicious. Yeah, we'll be back and give it a taste. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and dig into this pie. Let's see, or this cobbler. I keep saying pie, but it's a cobbler. Regardless, it's going to be yummy. I can already tell because it smells so good. And just breaking into it, I can hear the little crunch. Oh my gosh, look at that. I was expecting it to be a little bit more firm than this. Maybe I should have waited a little bit longer. I don't know. Kind of a mess. I think that I should have left it a lot longer to firm up some. Maybe put it in the fridge. But you know what? Who's complaining right now? Nobody's complaining. I hear nothing. Let's put this aside. And I've got some vanilla ice cream here. So let's put a little bit on top. Just like that. Oh my gosh, that looks so pretty. And then a little bit more right there. Okay, oops. Let's get that to stick on top there. All right, that looks really pretty. Let me bring that up. So you can see that, there's the crust. Pecans, oh my gosh. And then of course some ice cream on top, but let's try this pie or cobbler without the ice cream first. So let's try that. Now ignore my little stains on my shirt. It's the end of the day, guys. I forgot about the chocolate in there. Even though I say chocolate pecan cobbler, completely forget about that. Okay, the chocolate flavor is really strong in here, but it's not so bad. but I can still, I mean, I can still taste the pecans and everything else. I'm grabbing some with a little bit of ice cream now, because I think that's really gonna like kind of mellow down the chocolate flavor. Mmm. With the crunch of those pecans, oh my gosh. All right, everyone, I'm gonna give myself a big old thumbs up, and I hope that you too give me a big old thumbs up and leave a kind comment down below and let me know what you think of this recipe. Are you gonna try it? I think you should. Probably put a little bit less of the chocolate chips. I'm gonna use a whole bag. And of course, you saw that I didn't use the whole bag because my pie dish, my baking dish, was a little bit smaller than what they used in the vlog or the blog or even on the video. So if you do use something bigger, go for it. But I still wouldn't put that much of the chocolate chips. I would cut down on the chocolate chips a little bit. You know what I mean? Maybe just use half the bag if you're gonna make the, you know, the whole big batch. I probably went wrong on that because, you know, my batch was smaller and I thought I was cutting down on that, but I should have cut down a little bit more. That's the only thing I think. There's just a little bit too much chocolate. But otherwise, this is delicious because if you're not a chocoholic like me, I don't think you're gonna care for that. But if you love chocolate, you love pecan pie, you're gonna love this. And even still, as much as I love chocolate, I'd wanna cut down on it. This is fantastic. And if you're watching my video and you haven't subscribed, please hit that red button and subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get notified of my videos as soon as I upload them. I want to thank everyone who is already subscribed, who's been watching and supporting my channel. Thank you so very much. And as always, enjoy.